Australia did something like this back in the early 90s after a mass shooting there killed more than, I think, 36 people. But they're going to get into that, see what Australia learned from that, whether it could even relate or apply to Americans. To security expert Paul Viollis on all of this. Paul, I understand the differences between our two countries, population, the approach, et cetera. But that is the Australian message. Do you agree with it?
No, not necessarily. It's really not applicable in the United States, Neil. I mean, when you look at us, we couldn't be more apart culturally, especially when it comes to the gun issue. So I really don't see how one applies to the other. All
right. Now, much has also been made of what Rick Scott wants to do in Florida, announcing today he wants to prohibit firearm sales to those under the age of 21. That's opposed by the NRA. A lot of groups say that's a slippery slope. What do you think?
I think he's going to have a really long road ahead of him if he thinks he's going to get that passed. I mean, I understand his position and I respect the governor, but I really don't think it's a realistic position to get that passed in the state of Florida, especially when you understand how strong the NRA lobby is with Florida legislators.
All right. We have some, by the way, audio issues with you, so if we have to address them, we will. But I do want to get your thoughts on where all of this is going, because much has been made of the fact that there's got to be some give and take on this issue, and that conservatives are even debating it. Ralph Peters, of course, the decorated war hero, has a column out in today's New York Post advocating for ending the sale of these very advanced weapons because there's no need for hunters to have them. It was never envisioned by our forefathers. If you want such weapons, join the military, and they'll even pay you to use them. What do you make of that?
Well, Neil, when we take a look at the holistic picture of where we're headed right now with respect to the purchase and the acquisition of firearms in the United States, and who's going to be allowed to carry firearms and the legislation that's behind it, I firmly believe it comes down to one thing more than anything else, and it's really the business model. It's the financial side behind this. There's an awful lot of money made with respect to firearms and the sale of firearms in this country, and that's a very powerful lobby. And legislators are put in office oftentimes by the support in the back of the NRA. If we think that we're going to make this quick change based on the passion of the moment, I really don't think it's realistic. I think it's going to come down to the financial side of this.
This is a time where the difference is kids, and a difference is a president who seems, well, he's been supported by the NRA, to read the writing on the wall that something's got to be done. Do you?
I believe something has to be done. I mean, Neil, look, we're in an epidemic of violence in this country. There's no question about it. But the one thing that we keep, for some reason, we keep gravitating away from is the fact that the individual, the pedigree of the school violence shooter, is the same today that he was 30 years ago. Yeah. It's the same kid that it was in Columbine. We're still not addressing that, Neil, and I don't know why. We keep going back to the gun issue.
Yeah, I
understand the gun issue is a gun issue.
All right, Paul,
there's no question about it. We need to address it. My pleasure, Neil. Thank you.
Good seeing you again, my friend.